Thank you, Ayush, and good evening, XLRI. Thank you, Ayush, for all your kind words, and I'll try my level best. So today, bad day though, Saturday evening, but I will try my level best to do justice to whatever they don't tell you there. I should be telling you, and I'll be taking a lot of questions. So prepare your questions in your mind. That is most important. This is the minimum which a corporate can do today to help all of you to have that feeling of resilience inside, and to congratulate you and to be with you in this time where all of you are in your final leg of your education, and it should be done in the best possible manner. So the topic given to me is differentiate yourself as an executive MBA candidate. Now I will take the way it should be taken because I have a lot of my own thinking on this entire thing. But I'll break it into pieces and I'll try my level best to make it simple for all of us. So first is the word differentiation. Yeah. Now this word, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring to you is first, are we so keen on the differentiation? And if so, why? For me, if you ask me, education should be, this is a final leg, should be taken as the attainment of knowledge, right? If you position yourself as an executive MBA or a full-time MBA or an MBA from a foreign university, XLRI, IIMs, whichever, means there's a lot of formats are available. Why you really want to differentiate, right? The first thing is that when you only differentiate when you think that you are in a competition, right? So this first word was a bit uncomfortable for me, and I thought that I should spend some time because this will be coming to all of you in the times to come. I'll tell you a very anecdotes which are very funny stories, little bit which I keep on observing. I'm a good observer. Being in HR, this is our job, to keep our mouth shut and keep on observing people. Now with this grading of colleges and creating that I am better than you, right, which exists in the scenario or in the ecosystem today, I see a lot of funny things, to be honest, around me. So one is in the LinkedIn profile, I see a lot of people also putting their CAT percentiles. You know what? Any recruiter will not hire you for that. Any recruiter. Neither no one will check you for what your percentile. You are today positioned in a college because of your liking and your choice. And I underline these words very, very specifically to you, because of your liking and your choice, right? You chose it. Many people don't do it, right? And this is an executive MBA. So do you, it was a choice always to continue whatever you are doing it and do it on a later date, or wait for till the time the doors are open for a full time completely and do it. So again, the liking and your choice is the thing. I see a lot of, again, funny things. Few people also behind their cars or their bikes, they write ISB alumni, IM alumni. It is quite funny, who checks that, I'm telling you. And even if a recruiter comes and you are writing those things, behind your cars, no one will check your car, right? The person is in front, right? So this is one thing which I wanted to point out. As I mentioned, it is only that when you compare yourself, then you are giving a chance to others, to be in that race of competition, right? Or it can be like, I am better than you. Now, this something, I am better than you, will have a reference, right, from the childhood when you see that, and it creates a constant stress. So in life, now this word differentiation, I'm still attached to that word. In life, always remember, I am better than you comes, and it comes with a lot of stress. Many times it also comes that, if you are, unstable, right, in terms of your own feeling and thinking, and you are trying to reposition yourself. In life, remember, there can, and this is again my learning, take it, leave it. I am good and you can be good too. I am great and you can be great too. I don't differentiate that you are from XLRI, I am from IM, so I am better than you or you are better than me. We both can be great or better in our own senses, right? So this point I want to clarify. And even if you do it because you are doing it, so I'll not underplay it. Even if you do it, there will be nothing great which will happen. In army, if I have to give you a little bit example from my previous, recruiter, Indian Army. So it is a different ball game altogether, right? Whenever you're selected, you're given that you have achieved a great thing in your life. I was selected from SS18 SSB Allahabad, from where Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan were rejected, and they tell you such things that okay, these people here, it creates that aura inside you, and the first time when you enter, you cross, it is called Pratham Pak, the first step when you cross it. No one tells you that there is a training of 11 month or 12 month which is waiting and which is really grueling. They will have your happiness of this entire seeing yourself in that uniform. And no one tells you the entire syllabus of what is going to happen to you. That day only you feel that once your SSB is over, your interview is over, you feel that you are there. And the further process starts beyond it. And in the academy, there is one more step which is called Antim Pak, where you commission as an officer. So many times during the training, I and my buddies, used to plan. Then in the night, one day we will cross the Antim Pak and we will become officers. So how does it matter? Even no one sees us, it's okay, right? It is a shortcut, and who knows? Next day we'll put the stars, and that's how we'll be. And but again, these things are only jokes because you dare do it. It is a very solemn and very pure occasion where your entire parents and the feeling at the end, like you guys have your graduation day and you guys wear the robe and come into the picture. So that's how it is. It is all the generation of the dopamine effect, and you see your parents, and those feeling of pride and honor comes inside. Now why I'm telling you this is, so all these 11 months of grueling training, a lot of things which we were trained, which was not seen in a typical world around, like making yourself in the best of combat situations, in the small arms, in many stress factors. Those things are taught to you. Leadership skills, all those things are taught to you. And one fine day you become an officer, and after becoming an officer, you take an oath. And in the oath, there is one sentence which we take a lot of pride and stress to mention. It says, whatever happens, at last the line is, even to the peril of my life. Means even if I die, I will do whatever orders which is given to me. And we take it with a lot of honor and pride, and we shout it aloud, right? And we become an officer. Like all of you will commission, will come out from your colleges, and you all will be graduating in some time. And we all became an officer. Nothing changed. We all were wearing the uniform with the stars and everything. Nothing changed, to be honest. And those 11. So it is your own turmoil. It is your own journey. Right? It is your own path. Nothing changes for the people around. Right? So then I became a lieutenant. And after that, after 2 years of a lieutenant, you have some exams, you clear it, and then you become a captain. And captain uniform looks better. You have 3 stars on the shoulders. So I thought that, oh my God, now something great will happen, and 3 stars. It looks really beautiful in the uniform. And you have your own traditions and culture, the way you are given the stars. And I thought that I became something good. Like it is like an adult who has to be taken seriously. And I was in that flow. I was completely in that groove. One fine day I was having tea with my men, and my men came and told me, Saab, there is some change in you. Something is not you. And we have a very different relationship with these men, because these are the guys whom you launch any operation with. They are very close to you. They are like your brothers, And I really felt something has gone, different. And then I spoke with them that what change do you feel? They were telling you, and of course they are quite close to you, so they can speak anything which they can. And they told me that you have become more egoist, and you have become more commanding and controlling, and there is a different push, which is not the way you used to before, right? And I thought that maybe maybe it was some sort of arrogance which has come, and these guys are the lower men and I am a higher man, something like that. And I really had to correct such things, because if your men feel that difference, that feeling, that lesser feeling, it is like, if I tell you in college life, we all understand, if someone is about to break up with you, you know that there is something which is different, right? The smileys or the emojis will not flow the way it used to be flowing, right? So you feel the difference. So similarly, if your men which you command tells you such things, has to be taken very seriously. Same thing happened in the corporate world when I came here. I was in the flow again, doing good. Took all the ladders, and when I became the head HR again, I could feel some sort of such whispers coming around, and I have to take a detour and take a correction altogether again. So what I tell you here is, see, whatever in your journey you become and in the destination, if this is your milestone or whatever it is in your life, it only matters to you and maybe the people who are near and dear ones. So one is, don't create any differentiation. Work on you for you. Remember, it's no one else, right? If you're working, if this is one step which you have taken, and of course there was a selection procedure, there was a choice, which I mentioned, right? There was a liking, there was a choice, and it was a conscious decision which was being made. Then honor it only for you. Don't go, up proclaiming, pronouncing, announcing that this is something which has happened, because somewhere down the line, it will be creating an unknown stress and discomfort for you, right? So one is, it is your own achievement. Achievement is always personal. Point number one. Point number two. Now coming to this course of MBA, and then I will come to the executive MBA. Yeah. So the MBA, of course, the final leg of your education, and it costs you almost the same amount or maybe double the amount which we do it from the childhood, right? The amount of money which we spend on the courses, right? So first thing which I tell you is maximize the learning out of it. Now today, if I stand with whatever pride and honor, it is because the pedagogy with the teachers, the lecturers who has taught me were one of the best. You cannot find such people in a normal tier 1 or a tier 2 with the same seriousness, right? So you say that the life's toughest battle is given to the toughest soldier because the toughest guys teach you. And if you say that your differentiation is different, IIMs, XLRIs today are used as a byword for being the best. And if you are sitting in XLRI and creating that niche for yourself, remember, it is only made by the trainers which you have. Same in army, I was trained by a para commando. So I was today also I'm a guy with a lot of pride and honor, because the best the elite has taught me, right? The teachings which he has given to me, it is nowhere, it is the hardest ones, right? And that pride and honor I carry. So maximize the learning, okay? That's what I'll tell you here. Also specify what is your agenda. When the entire learnings, when you put inside the thing and you have your own scheme of activities, put what is the agenda. Now these days I'm telling you, and this agenda, or rather I'll say purpose, has to be very clear. I don't know, let's say after 2 years or after the completion of this program, if the agenda, the purpose is not defined today, right, you will not reach where you wanted to reach, right? If it was just a job, if it was the level for you, already you guys are in some job, you all have some experience already, at some level, in some company, in some dream job, it is completely on you, right? And it will be not that one degree will add a great value in this entire thing. Because today in the current situation, if I tell you, this format of education, either it is executive MBA, online MBA, the colleges, the way it is, n number of IIMs are here today. You have baby IIMs, you have normal IIMs and all those things. It is the alumni status, the way it is given. For an HR guy like me, it is very confusing. Now, everyone is the elite. Everyone is the elite. Then elite becomes a commoner. Yes? If everyone is an elite, then elite becomes a commoner. Then how will you put, there are 2 ISBs today, right? And everyone is pushing their own game that I am great, I am better than you. Then how will that scheme of activities will be a standard, non-standard, the better, everyone is great. And today when I'm telling you the corporate sees the thing simple, these guys from a premium college has got a lot of air inside. Rather, so that is the energy we put, that go to tier 1, take the best guys from there, right? They will have lesser, air, and also almost the same level of expertise or competency. Yeah. So I'm just putting, don't quote me anywhere, I'm putting it is again my personal thinking, the way I see it. But this is the point which I want to make, is elite is common today. It is enough. Everyone is doing some course, right? Investing some money, and today also the selection mechanism sometimes I see is compromised, because when I go and do the interviews, I see that no, this is not at the level of this premium institute sometimes. Yeah. So this is my personal feel. Yeah. Also here, one thing I because we were talking about the purpose and the agenda part. Remember, we are talking about making of a career. This is the last leg of your career, right? Be very clear what you want to do, what you don't want to do. Things are very easy. If you really want the way it should be done, it is always tough, it is always hard, it is not easy. Now, woods are lonely, dark and deep, and I have miles, I forgot that. Woods are lonely, dark and deep. I forgot that. So miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. You have to push yourself to the level it should be. When you have to play the game which requires a great, victory, then you have to push yourself to the level, where no one has gone there. Yeah. So remember these things in mind. Today, when I see again the kids after this, career making part, when this is the last leg, they do a master's in whichever field, MTechs or MBAs, executive MBAs. After some time I see them that getting a global citizenship is a fight for them. Yeah. And it is quite easy. I see many of them moving in that direction. Yeah. And the life becomes immaterial if they don't get it. Either it is a US citizenship, or it is a Canadian citizenship, or Australian citizenship, or whatever it is. The agenda differs after some time, because maybe it is an easy life or a better life what they talk about. Yeah. But apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My blood which I have carries a lot of olive green, and I feel that if this is the nation which I have, I'm not here giving you any lecture for patriotism. But if this nation has given you so much, which we all are standing today with, and if that is the dream, then maybe you don't even require an MBA from that premium thing. You should give this seat to someone who is far more deserving and far more hungry, right? So if that is the dream, that can be taken by doing an MBA from any college, not XLRI. Doing from XLRI not required. Yeah. So this is what my personal feeling is. Now, the global agenda, if to have a citizenship of some different country, then you're wasting your time here. And I've seen many of them, because they say, sir, the quality of life changes. If you are a man enough, or a woman enough, or a corporate enough, then change the quality of life of the people here. And that is why you guys are getting the best education today, sitting in that thing. Yeah, of course you say that, sir, it is none of your problem. I am paying my fees, but they are giving you seats. Then you should have gone and studied in some college in Australia or Canada or US. Are you getting my point? So somewhere, what I feel is, of course, if the country gives to you, you have to give back to the country too. Remember this thing, that your body is made of soil, and the soil is of this particular country. So don't be in that mode of agenda, serving and getting, your international agendas. It is your choice at the end of the day. But always remember that rather making this place a better place to be is also an option, right? So those countries can be great, but you are also great too. So that's how it is. So one is that. Again, I will not make it political. We are a poor nation, of course, and we are a simple nation. We all are developing, and every day we push ourselves to the next level. But always remember that now you guys are the youth. You guys are taking this energy, you are the best informed, and the age, that level of life. The change is completely defined at you. Yeah. I have seen many people who are more, affected by what is happening in the global context, Rather than how many people are dying of corona in India and can we do something for there, they are more interested in what has happened in Israel and Palestine. Guys, first if you fly, they tell you that first you take care of yourself and then only you help others. Yeah, so my feeling is that you don't know A to Z what is happening there. Don't define the things, because today you got up and India gave you the democracy of talking, and there are countries who don't even allow you for those things. We know which countries are we talking about. So just we have a freedom. Don't with great powers come greater responsibilities. So remember that. Yeah, and you guys are in the best of form today, best of energy. You're smarter than the generations before. You guys are far better than what we were yesterday, right? So if you are in that form and your agenda is something different, God bless you, right? Because there is a word called betrayal. Yeah, it is very pervert word in army. It doesn't happen. You will be shot on your head if you betray such things. So if you have those agendas, you are a person of not good making. You are untouchable. Yeah. So your ethos, your ethics in life should be of a very high standard. The integrity, what I am talking about. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to bring in front of you, that your agenda or your purpose should be well defined. Now this is the last leg, Master of Business Administration. Now all of you did a job, and now I am coming to the executive MBA. Yeah, and this is the right way to do it. Right? Many people, many students, many kids, I see that after college, it is an engineering or some degree which they are doing it, even biotechnology or whatever. Next the step is they just after completing the thing, they join and do the MBA, and of course the cycle goes. MBA, what I feel, is an experiential learning. It is just not a normal education where you just open the books, mark up the books, and just you deploy it. Sorry. Now all of you, when I see with lot of expectation, that you have led some years in some companies, you know what happens. And of course, I bet, being an HR guy, at least 3 to 5 years in a company it takes to know the company, because first year when you come from any academia, from any college to the company, to be honest, we don't even take you as a one headcount, one FT, full-time equivalent. We don't even take you that. Because we have to undo a lot of things because in colleges you're taught in syllabus, right? Just to pass some examination. You can deploy and make some changes in the company. We have to test, we have to check, right? If I have to tell you today that you have to make some export strategy for a company, for any FMCG or a car making company, right? I have to understand your knowledge in every fields which is there. It is finance, it is supply chain, it is technology, whatever it is. And it will not come in 1 year. I have to test it, right? People do mistakes, right? So, and that mistakes will cost, earnings to the company. The profitability will go shoot down. I cannot allow you to do that. But when we come inside the company after some, degree, we feel that the next day we should be allowed inside the organization committee meeting, the board meetings, and we define the strategies of the company. It will never happen. Now, with this 3-5 years of experience, what I'm talking about, you know the business a little, right? You understand the problems of the business. You know the right questions to be asked, right? And there you are. Now, these professors who are there today will teach you, will give you the keys of those problems, of those questions, right? And then you have an understanding, and then you deploy it, you challenge it, you can connect with those organization questions which you have, the problems which was there in your head, and there's a beautiful discussions which keep on, which will be building from there, right? So you can assimilate better. Now that is what I was talking about, as an executive MBA. But remember guys, you are not normal general MBAs. It has to be fast, because your understanding of the organization is better than, for example, a kid who joins a normal MBA. Now here, what can define you as a crusader? I am telling you 3 words: innovation, creativity, and experimentation. Now these things comes from whichever domain you have worked with. Yeah, and always these points has to be connected down below, where those 3-5 years of experience whatever was the problem and whichever things which you could not understand, right? So that's what it is. One more word which I must announce and stress here is entrepreneurship. Every organization today would require it. Yeah. Today we are in the situation where all our normal way of working, it is all obsolete. It doesn't exist today. We all are experimenting, learning it together. Now you guys are sitting in academia enough. We think that you have enough time to think about it because we are already there inside. We are just doing it the way it should be done, right? Here, the experimentation happens, but the time is a concern, right? Government takes a decision of a lockdown and we have to be bang on there, because if we miss the timeline, there has to be a severe effects on the volumes, on the profitability, on the operations, on the cash flow, and the world outside, as you have already tasted, this is brutal. No one listens to you and wait for you, and that's what the points which we use, the words which we use in the corporate, it's quite lethal, right? Those words of great Game of Thrones, if you have seen, right, Games of Thrones, it says, right, you capture the market share, you penetrate the market. It is very brutal. It is harsh, and that's how it is. So here, when you are there in assimilation phase, in thinking phase, you define strategies, because now in this context, tomorrow if someone asks, or you are there in an interview and someone asks you a question, they will expect a plan of action from you. If this situation replicates in the time and the cash flow is down zero, you have to take some strong decisions in the company. Maybe it is a retrenchment, or maybe a product launch, or maybe a product revival. How will you do it? And these are the real-time scenarios. It's not fun, right? So then we want those fresh ideas, those innovation, creativity and experimentation ideas to be coming very fluently from you. And if you don't have, we don't need you. And a lot of stress when I told on the word entrepreneurship, right? Have that power and energy to create the future. And this I tell to everyone, either you have a dream or you will work for someone else's dream. So those funny ideas which was and would be made on these days on your dining table, right? Or maybe in the college time when the doors are open, in the cafeteria, everything is possible. Nothing is bullshit, nothing is funny. Yeah, I must tell you this. Right? It is how strongly you feel about it. Can you make a company out of it? Do you have that power to fail? Can you take all the punches on your face and still keep on moving forward? Remember, keep on moving forward is the focus area. Taking the punches on the face, life will give you enough punches on your face. But you will fall. And you will not get up ever. Right? Because the purpose which I was mentioning in the second portion of my talk, if it is not defined, if it is not clear, if it is not solidified, it is very liquid, you are wasting your time and energy. You will never become what you wanted to become. You meet me after 10 years and again you'll say that, sir, we connected then, but still I think I'm lacking somewhere, because your purpose was not crystallized. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about, the executive MBA thing. And one thing I must tell you, this they don't teach you in MBA or an executive MBA, is something called politics. It's something called the human games, what we play around, right? This no one will teach you. You'll have to feel it. People will trample you. People will create issues behind you, and you'll be trapped sometime, and you'll not reach. Even if you are doing great, you will never reach the place where you wanted to reach, right? So that's what my thing is. There is a very strong word which I mentioned, carry from army days again. How much stamina do you have? It is always my way of life is everything is you, and you are everything. You are the universe. You define it, but you should have that much of stamina and power. They say E is equal to MC square. Everyone is carrying. Ladies maybe 50 to 60 kgs and gentlemen maybe 70 to 80 kgs, and we have enough energy which we can create. So in those days, silent days, bad days of your life, where you are trampled, where you are sitting in a corner, there is no energy, Can you create the energy? Do you have the self-motivation? Can you kick it up from there? Can you hang it on for some time? It is difficult. Now, these days, I know that all of you, most of you, some of you, I don't know, I had corona in September, and it is quite a funny disease. So 15 days you are all alone, right? All your things will be tested. The resilience which we carry in your head. We are so connected and used to the society, to the calls of the people, to the digital way what we are, our existence in terms of the social media handles which we carry, right? And you are just there alone. What strength do you have in your head? You are fighting a disease. The body is of course fighting a disease. Your oxygen level is coming down, and the mental strength has to come, beyond it. I see a lot of people struggling today also. I have lost one of my very dear friend who died because of disease, who surrendered, who succumbed to this entire thing. I am not telling that you win. You have to some final struggle which you have to. It is there which you have to conquer. But the fact is, the mental strength is tested to the corner. They don't teach you such things in academies, in your institutions, right? It has to be imbibed, from whatever is existing around. There will be people who will be, and of course these things I tell you, if you are in that situation, you'll be feeling and seeing people who will victimize you as if you are the culprit. They will trample you, they'll position all the blames to you. Because of you I failed, because of you, this thing did not happen. You will have such strong bosses which will come and make life tough. Maybe you have tasted few of them, right? And you will feel like you don't exist. You will feel so small, you will feel belittled. But still next day you have to push yourself to the office or to your teams, because you will have a purpose defined. This was a part of this entire game. These are called bad days in life, right? But these people who will be making you culprit, and they will be showing themselves as victim. Let me tell you something. It is very tough in that situation, and it will come in plenty to all of you. Yeah, no one will tell you. No one will think that because you are a kid, because you are just a fresher, you should be given a good treatment. Sorry, it doesn't happen. Yeah. So the young soldiers are put in front. Captains and lieutenants in army, we are just next to the enemy, right? The first bullet comes and hits us, right? And that's how it is. So they will come and play around. Many people come. There's enough in my life too, right? Whenever and there is something called using you. You'll be used. People will come, and whenever things are, that okay, this project, maybe this guy is good, maybe will be used for some time, and after that you'll be thrown out. And that's how it happens, right? We call it utilization of resources to make it subtle, right? If you take it, you take it with a lot of stamina and thing, they will tell you lack ambition. Or many a times they will tell you that you are very aggressive if you are that person who's pushing the things forward. So you have to, my son is a small kid, 9 years now. He says, let's have balance in everything. So you have to balance your aggression and you have to balance your ambition together in the complete scenario. Yeah. So that's what I want to tell you about these bad days, tough days, politics in life. Yeah. One event happened, and all of us will associate here. I'm not telling what is right, what is wrong, but I'm telling you how bad a situation can be. So we had all seen this thing which happened in January 26th. The Kisan Andolan was in full swing. I'm not here to justify or make someone wrong, but see how the things can go out of the hand. The dignity of a country can be put in shudders. Where we soldiers, where we have so much of pride and honor in seeing our national colors on some monument, it is brought down. It is disgraceful. And the people who are doing it, they are completely unknown of their wrongdoings. They don't even understand. Now my thing is, when we soldiers, when we die, we come in those colors, the flag. It is very personal and very emotional to us. But today, when I saw that, this year, it was, I was feeling so sorry for these people because they don't understand what they are doing. And such things, why I'm connecting the dots is because this is, we all see, we all have seen it in our own ways, have our own opinions on this entire thing. But nowhere the pride and honor of the country should be brought down at any cost. So similarly, you will be finding yourself in such situations. But remember, in whatever your exuberance, your power, your hunger, your ambition, your thinking, your ideology, your philosophy, the bigger cause, the bigger thing should never be sacrificed for a small selfish reason. It must never. Because at the end of the day, remember, we have to create examples. And we HR guys, every time we try our level best. Many people say that no, HR is a supporting arm of what they do. But the fact is, I'm telling you, we create people. We create the examples in the company. Who has to be promoted? Who has to be brought inside? The final round is HR round, by the way, and we can even the business selects you. We can tell you not the person doesn't suit, right? We can chuck you out from there. So in whichever function you are working, remember one point is integrity and honor is something, and righteousness, right? It is very important. Now these things academy or institution will not teach you. This you have to imbibe. Maybe a lost guy like me will be coming and teaching you such things on some Saturday evening. But that's how I feel the life should be led. I'm leaving you with few words. In our training days, this poem was to be hanging somewhere next to our bed. It used to say, just four lines. I'll not trouble you with a lot of English. Life's battle don't always go to the stronger or faster man. Life's battle don't always go to the stronger or faster man. Sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. This is what was my small address, and I am ready for any number of questions which you shoot at me. So over to you, Ayush. Thank you.